Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name's Vanessa Somuayina. You guys know me as your big sis from the internet as well as your favorite psychic reader right here on YouTube. And in today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to be delving into your you versus him prediction. So if you are currently in a very confusing relationship or situationship with someone, this is the perfect psychic love reading for you to receive right now. And in order to help you gain clarity about the situation, how they feel towards you, and what's going to happen next with this person, I have prepared 3 groups for you to choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 3 groups intuitively. Before I introduce you to the 3 groups that I've got prepared for you today, I would like to thank today's sponsor. Hey guys, it's your big sis from the internet. Just woke up, it's like 7 in the morning. I'm out here getting our 10,000 steps. And I literally thought to myself, I should be sponsoring the next reading. A lot of you have been following me for years and you would like more psychic readings. You'd like more manifestation together. Even live tarot readings where you can ask me one-on-one what's coming next. You guys have seen what I've built over the years, from publishing my own tarot decks to creating this amazing safe space on the internet for all of us. Now, inside Psychic CEO, we can be even more connected. I know a lot of you guys have heard of my Psychic CEO portal, but you're kind of confused. You're not sure what it really is. So here's how it goes. I've created a hybrid between a community, a course, as well as psychic coaching. Once you join, you click the community. You can literally go and ask your private reading question. Get a private reading from me within 1 to 2 days. Every Sunday, I host live coaching sessions for my members only, where we connect, motivate ourselves for the upcoming week, and I teach you how to create more abundance in all areas of your life. You also get access to hundreds of tarot reading videos that you can only find on the app, my signature Psychic CEO manifestation techniques, really just everything and anything that you could need to become the Psychic CEO of your life. And over the past couple months, the Psychic CEO community has really grown into being like a family. Every single day, my Psychic CEOs, you're posting your wins in the community. I'm sharing Psychic CEO only readings with you. We are just leveling up to our highest selves together, because you don't need to do this alone. So if you've always felt like the odd one out, like the spiritual woo-woo friend, and you just like a community and a space where you can grow and you won't be judged in, Psychic CEO is the spot for you. Check out the link in the description box. I've also hooked you up with a special subscriber deal, of course, and I can't wait to see you on the inside or during one of our Sunday psychic coaching call lives. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get some more steps while you get back into the video. All right, my gorgeous soul, coming back to today's reading, these are the 3 groups and crystals that I've got prepared for you today. Group number 1 corresponds to the Dreamgate Oracle deck as well as the speckled jasper crystal point. Group number 2 corresponds to the Mythos Oracle deck as well as the smoky quartz crystal. And group number 3 corresponds to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the amber crystal. The timestamps to all 3 of these groups can be found below in the description box as well as pinned to the top of the comment section. That way you've got quick and easy access from your mobile devices, your laptops, your TVs, and your tablets. And I will also be uploading this reading to podcast. Depending on how you guys like having these uploaded to different podcasting platforms, I might continue to do so because I know a lot of you love to tune into your readings while you're driving, working out, falling asleep, or just simply running errands and doing things around your homes. And as per usual, I recommend that you pick whichever group that you naturally feel the most drawn towards. And if you absolutely cannot make up your mind, then remember, your you versus him reading can be a mixture between multiple groups because sometimes your private reading contains more information than just one singular group. So I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need a minute to meditate on your options, and then I'll be right back to guide you into your readings. Alright, my gorgeous soul, by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these 3 groups. I will be starting off your readings with group number 1, which corresponds to the Dreamgate Oracle deck and the speckled jasper crystal point. So if this is the group that you chose, then simply keep watching. And to my other 2 beautiful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamps. Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 1. You chose the Dreamgate Oracle deck as well as the speckled jasper crystal. And why you intuitively may have felt drawn to this crystal is because this is a crystal that creates stability and is strongly connected to the earth's energy. It brings you a sense of calm, especially during a time of stress, which is perhaps what you're experiencing right now in your you versus him situation. But don't worry, group number 1, we're going to get into your reading without further ado and figure out exactly what's going on in your you versus him situation. Keep an open mind, take what serves you and leave what doesn't, and allow for these divine messages to give you all of the answers that you need. So we've got sweet alchemy as well as move with grace. I do see that when it comes to your you versus him situation, you need to understand that you have been creating a lot of stress for yourself, which has been taking away from your most attractive trait, which is your inner light. I see in the sweet alchemy that what he likes most about you, what has drawn this person to you all along, was the fact that you are filled with light. You're so positive, you're so kind, you're so caring, group number 1. And now's the time for you to always stay in your energy of kindness, caring, and calm, and move with grace. Make sure that your inner state, who you are on the inside, is actually reflected in how you're behaving, because that creates the best chances for you to reconnect with this person, for this relationship to work out, to gain clarity directly from them, so them confessing to you how they feel about you, them wanting to continue a relationship with you. Move with grace and remember who you are and what makes you so attractive. Next up, we've got the multiverse, which represents you expanding your mind. I see that when you expand your mind, you view things from the big picture, from a greater perspective, group number 1. You're able to see where you quote unquote went wrong and where you went right. You might have gone wrong in overthinking things or being a little bit too straightforward or coming off as desperate. And where you went right is by meeting this person and spending a lot of time in your authentic energy until you got into a state of stress, right? Until you got into a state of a little too much overthinking that just simply wasn't even necessary for you. But remember that just as there is an endless amount of ways that your life can go, there's an endless amount of ways that this relationship can still turn out and this relationship can move into. So there are a million directions this can go. I want you to be so confident about the direction of this going into a place where you will find balance again, where you don't have to stress out about it and you gain clarity. That's what I'm receiving here within the duality message. So for you, group number 1, I want you to understand. Temper yourself, calm down, find your balance. If you have to do a yoga class, go to a Pilates session to distract yourself, to not be on your phone checking when they were last online, what they're doing, and stalking them on social media. Don't do that, group number 1. That's creating a type of energy that you don't want to create, because even if you're not telling someone what you're up to, they can feel when all of your attention and your energy is placed on them. And if you're wondering and guessing what's going on with this connection, I can tell you one thing, group number 1. They don't deserve for your entire life to be focused around them right now. So within duality, remember, you can care about someone, but still deeply care about yourself and take care of your own needs without neglecting yourself. I do want you to also know here, within duality, that a message that I'm receiving about your person is that they have two sides to them. On one hand, they are super committed. They love the idea of a committed relationship, marriage, family, being together forever, and continuing to build with you in particular. And then on the other end, on the other side, they are afraid. They're afraid of messing up and then losing everything that took them so long to build. And this is confirmed in the next 2 tarot cards that we received in your reading, group number 1, which is the King of Coins and the 5 of Coins. Now, the King of Coins represents the king of all things business, the king of all things material. So the suit of coins corresponds to the element of earth and is strongly represented in Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos. Now, regardless of whether your person is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, coins means that they have goals they want to reach financially and professionally. And the Five of Coins shows that they are afraid that settling down and making a mistake about who they're settling down with and putting all of their eggs in one basket is going to leave them in a situation where they lose what they've worked hard for. They're deadly afraid of, for example, a divorce that goes wrong one day, having to pay for things just because they've chosen a partner that wants them just for what they can provide, who goes spiteful. I do see here in the King of Coins, they're a very driven person, and they're someone who works hard, and they want to create a life with you, and they also want to make sure that they're creating a life in which you can be together forever, and they don't risk that happening. Within the Tower, I want you to understand that your you versus him situation is going to come to a crumbling and to an end soon. Is that a bad thing? Not at all, because how it is right now is going to come to an end, group number one. So if you haven't heard from them, the silence will be broken soon. If things have been feeling off and rocky, that is coming to an end because you're starting a fresh cycle. The things that have been going on between you and them recently, or shall I say the things that haven't been going on, these are coming to an end, group number one, as your relationship is maturing with this person into a sense of more direct communication. I do see here that a huge issue that you have had is just the fact that they live in their head. They overthink. They don't like to share or show too much weakness, because I see in the King of Coins, they pride themselves on being in divine masculine leadership energy, and a leader doesn't show a weakness, right? A leader doesn't show when they feel overwhelmed or when they feel scared or when they're worried. And I do see that this is a side of them that instead of showing it to you, they'd rather just say nothing, or they'd rather just pull back. And I want you to know here within the star that they are aware of the fact that you're a star, group number one. They are aware of the fact that you're special, that you're different, that they've never dated someone like you before, and they'll probably never have an opportunity to be with someone like you again. They're very aware of the fact that you have this star power and this star quality that makes kids and animals and other people naturally drawn to you and open up to you. Group number one, you're the type of person that others tell their secrets to, and you think to yourself, what is going on? I didn't ask for this information. Why are people just sharing with me? And I see here that you give them a sense of calm they've never had before. And the King of Coins, as well as the Star card, this is a combination that shows that they think you are fit for a King of Coins. They want to make sure they can provide in every sense, in a material way, in an emotional way, in a spiritual way, before they make you feel like you should bind yourself to them. So I do get a little sense of insecurity here in the Five of Coins of what they can provide at this very moment, and they are thinking whether they should first work on themselves more before they try to create this committed connection with you long term, because they don't want to mess it up. Just as much as you are overthinking the connection, group number one, they are overthinking your connection as well. And I want you to know within the star that this is also a symbol of good luck, good fortune, and hope for the future with this person. So your reading is revealing a lot of different nuances so far, group number one. And I can sense that you can't wait to figure out what is to come next and what this all means. And neither can I, group number one, so let's delve more deeply into your reading. Oh, we've got two cards that popped right out for you, which is the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Cups. These are two very positive tarot cards when it comes to romantic relationships. The Suit of Cups is the suit of your emotions and relationships. So the fact that these are the cards that have shown up when we're asking about a romantic connection with your person, it's a very positive sign. It's a very positive, quote-unquote, coincidence, if you believe in coincidences. But here on this channel, we believe in synchronicities and things happening for a reason, don't we? The Nine of Cups is the so-called wish card. I like to call this card of the tarot the genie in a bottle card, because what this means is that your wishes will become your reality. And the Seven of Cups shows that you actively choosing what you want is going to get you your desired result. Actively choosing what you want with him, with your person, means that if you want this person, behave like you deserve nothing but adoration and love from them. And who deserves adoration and love and makes that extremely clear? Someone who doesn't chase, someone who isn't desperate, and someone who isn't the first one texting or constantly trying to appease the other person. Don't try to appease them anymore, group number one. Don't be the first one texting. Don't double text. Don't call them. Don't call them from an unknown number. Don't do anything silly like that. Focus on being the star, because that's what they want. They want a star. They want someone who is low-key, a little bit self-obsessed, honestly. I see here with an acceptance that group number one, this connection was brought into your life so you can learn to accept your star power and learn to accept that you are not meant to be a people pleaser or a doormat. The thing with you, group number one, is that you give so much. You're always there for others. And often you don't realize how attractive you are, how intelligent you are, how much you bring to the table that makes it so strange why you're trying to kiss people's butts in certain situations, or why you're pedestalizing other people who really are quote unquote beneath you. Like, I even see here, compared to this guy's exes, this guy's previous relationships, they are not even 20% of what you are, intelligence, looks, and ambition-wise, group number one. You are literally the kind of person who has been accepting the bare minimum without even realizing it. And I see here within sleep that this has also been costing you a lot of sleep, quite literally, group number one. When this message shows up, your spirit guides, your angels, the universe is trying to tell you, get more sleep. You have been not prioritizing your sleep. You've been neglecting your sleep. You have been in a state of insomnia. You've been in a state of your sleep pattern just being out of whack, all just because you're not prioritizing it and you're not giving yourself permission to sleep, to nap, to rest. So don't say that your big sis, that your favorite psychic told you to do this. But group number one, take those naps. Call in sick if you need to. Create other streams of revenue, just on a side note, so that even if something goes wrong with your 9 to 5 or with a current income that you have, you can still sleep. Because the worst thing is to be trapped in a hamster wheel where you're constantly working at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you never get a break, and you feel like you can't even sleep because you're always overthinking and stressed. Now, in correlation to your reading about him, group number one, I want you to know that what this shows is you have been losing sleep over him. Your cortisol, which is your stress hormone in your body, has been going up. There has been more of that, and it's time for you to rest. It's time for you to gain rest, because then you can better regulate your body. If you've been overeating because you're trying to comfort yourself with food, with stuffing your face, and you've been irritable, all of these things, look at how much that you're actually sleeping. That will often answer the question as to why you're irritable, why your fuse is very short, why you're flying off the handle, and why your diet has been so bad, or you've even been drinking way more than usual. Follow your intuition with what needs to be done right now for self-care first. Before we think about him, before we think about what's going on with him, when he's coming back, when he's texting you, when he's reaching out, you have to listen to your intuition and be wise about what you need. Because even if he comes back, but you are sleep deprived, you haven't been eating healthily, you haven't been taking care of yourself, you haven't been in your highest and best self, that is not who you want this person to see or come back to. Not physically seeing you in that state, but also not energetically feeling like they're the best thing ever to come back to you, and you're so excited to talk to them, and you had nothing better to do in your life than wait around and figure out what's going on with this connection and hope that it will rekindle. No, 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 group number one. That is not the star energy. Remember, follow your intuition on what you need right now and be kind to yourself because this is a journey. We all go through this journey of self-discovery and also of going from doormat, people pleaser mode to understanding what we truly deserve and not settling for less. And when we're getting less, instead of focusing even more on the connection, even more on this guy, even more on this person, regardless of who they identify as, just this person being your focal point, when you learn that when someone doesn't make you a priority, you don't make them one either, you become infinitely more powerful. Group number one. You turn into someone that can't be moved by basically being emotionally treated badly, treated poorly. The fact that you don't know what's going on means that they have done something that they are not supposed to be able to do, which is dysregulate your emotions, which is make you feel anxious and make you wonder. But you're learning to become stronger. And I see here within the Seven of Air, this isn't about becoming cold. This isn't about not having feelings. This isn't about not being able to love. It's just about understanding that, great, if you don't know what's going on and they don't want to give you clarity, you're not going to wait around because you understand that you are the prize. You are the one who deserves clarity, love, and a direct approach to this connection and this relationship. I see here within the crone that literally being in a little bit of mean energy, so it's almost like this mean girl energy, it is actually the most attractive energy. For some reason, whenever you're in this energy, you get everything that you want. And it's because you pedestalize yourself, you pedestalize your peace, you pedestalize the things that you want. And when you make you important, he has no other choice but to come crawling back because he sees you as the star that you are. And he sees you as the crone, as this mythical, magical being that he should just be grateful to even have access to even have the opportunity to be around. But it all starts from the way that you present yourself, group number one. And when you learn that you shifting your energy, you just turning that switch on, okay? Flicking the switch is what you have to do in order to bring the mystery, the wonder, and the desire back. Being desired is something that I see is your birthright and is in your nature. But unfortunately, perhaps having a mom or sisters, friends who feed into desperate energy, who have been okay with partners that aren't loving, aren't kind, aren't what they deserve, it has rubbed off on you seeing that. And I want you to know here within the X, when you look at exes, when you look at past relationships and situationships of yours, you will see how much you've healed, how far you've come. The message we've got here is healing from past heartbreak takes time. Be patient with yourself. Because sometimes still healing certain parts of yourself from ex relationships and then also realizing how patterns repeat from your ex. Now this pattern is repeating with this new person. You know what's going on, and you know that in order to create a different result, you have to break the pattern. You have to break the way that things, quote unquote, usually go for you. So know here within the X that you are still healing. You might think that you already fully healed, but group number one, you'd be surprised at how subconsciously this is still something that you are growing from. You're still doing shadow work. Every day you pour into yourself, you're actually healing a little bit more from your past relationships, the past trauma, and you're a little more cutting the ties of ever allowing that treatment again. Let's move a little more deeply into your reading, group number one, and see what else comes up. We've got nurture. Nurture your relationships like blooming flowers. They will flourish. The thing with you is that you're a natural nurturer, group number one, which means that regardless of who you have before you, you have this urge to nurture them, to care for them, and to make them feel special. Now, when it comes to the skills of dealing with people, that makes you very powerful. And that's perhaps also why a career in energy healing, tarot, coaching, working with others, like teaching, even being in the medical field, dealing with customers, all of that you thrive in because you know how to handle people and you know how to make people feel special. But what I do see here within nurture is, remember, he has to deserve it and he has to earn it. I see that what he is thinking is that he can do whatever he wants and you will still be nurturing towards him. He feels like he can behave how he desires to behave when it suits him, and he will still come back to the same warm you. But he doesn't realize that, for one, you're receiving this reading and this information, group number one, and for two, you are upgrading yourself from feeling like you should deal with this or wondering what to do next to understanding you deserve so much more, and the coming back to you after this unimpressive behavior should definitely come with some hoops to jump through. That is a message that I'm receiving here in regards to him, because when you make yourself less accessible, he values you more and he is less likely to fade away again. The connection is less likely to go south again when you're aware of the fact that you have to make it hard for him to come back, or anyone in the future who ever makes you feel confused. They should bring clarity. Remember that. Within the enchanted forest, we have got nervous system support, deep breathing, and grounding as messages for you. If you haven't gone out to breathe deeply on a walk in the forest, in the nature, this is your sign, group number one, to still do that. And if it's late at night where you currently are, even as you're receiving your reading, you can do breath work and grounding. Just right now, even breathe really deeply into your belly. If you notice that all day long you've just been breathing at the top of your lungs, which is understandable because this situation is stressing you out, this situation, we need clarity, which we're going to get more of the more deeply we move into this reading. I get why you're stressed, group number one, but let's take you out of the stress right now. Let's be proactive. Let's heal you. Let's care for you. Let's show you the love that you deserve. And let's get your nervous system back on track, because that's the only way you'll be able to stand in your strength when this relationship continues and is rekindled, so this doesn't happen again. Next up, within the celestial temple that we received in your reading, we've got your dream incubation, cosmic downloads, and divine truths. So group number one, I do see here that while you're sleeping, that is your dream incubation period where you get cosmic downloads. I know this sounds really spiritual woo-woo. Let me explain. You know how some of the biggest thinkers, creators, and inventors have had their inventions come through to them when they were sleeping? I see that you have the same trait in you to have the best ideas and the best insights come to you while you are sleeping, group number one. So don't take your sleep for granted and take your sleep seriously, because your sleep is not only when your body repairs itself and you create fresh cells, but it also is a time where you have the best ideas, the best insights, and where the truth is revealed to you. So you'll see what's going on with your person during a dream. And next up, within the three of air, the element of air is the element of knowledge and communication. So I do see that in your you versus him situation, he is also doing a lot of studying about how he can create a better life for himself. I see that here in the three of air. He is very focused on his career as well. So if you have been thinking, oh, I'm not sure if he's seeing someone else, I'm not sure if this has to do with his ex, right? Because we did have an ex show up here. I want you to know the interest is very, very low when it comes to any exes. And here within the 9 of fire, the biggest passion that he has right now is creating. The biggest passion that he has is being free financially, to be abundant. And I see here within the white rose, that is where most of his energy and time is going to. And he's really about creating stability for you, for his partner that he wants to have and take care of. I definitely see here that he doesn't like feeling like he's not 100% ready or not 100% able to provide stability emotionally, financially, physically, even a home that's very stable, that's very safe. These are the things that I can see that he is extremely concerned with. And I want us to add our astro dice into the mix as well. So let's figure out what house that he's very much concerned with. So the third house within your astro chart, within your birth chart, is the house of communication, and it also rules Gemini. I want you to know here that the third house is also about thinking. This is about the way that he feels towards you, and I want to see what that is with our zodiac dice. So we landed on Aries here. He feels extremely passionate and enthusiastic about you. Even if you don't know that, he's always felt that way about you. He's always had this Aries energy about you, which means that he feels like you're super attractive. You have this very like youthful, fun energy about you, and an energy that makes him want to do better and be better. But with that does also come a certain level of pressure, or shall I say a certain feeling of pressure. And I want us to do one more of our die into your prediction right now. Oh, wow. We received Mercury, and Mercury rules Gemini. Remember how we got the third house, and the third house rules Gemini because Gemini is the third sign within the zodiac. Now, Mercury ruling Gemini is the planet of the rational thinking process and any form of communication. So I do see here that he loves to communicate very clearly, very directly, and it comes in like spurts. That's why we've got Aries in here as well. It comes in bursts, and he likes to be like in and out with communication. That's the message that I'm getting here. He likes to communicate and then also kind of go into a different direction, focus on something else, then come back again full force. And I definitely see here that this is something that can be confusing for you, but that also shows this typical communication kind of triangle that you're going through, where it's like once he communicates with you, then he's talking to someone who is from his past, then he's focused on his career, so he's kind of darting all over the place. And we've got famous. All right, a lot of people know their name or have heard about them. I do see here that he's quite well known. I do see here within famous that a lot of people know him and a lot of people want his attention. That can go to his head. But I do also see here with the star that he feels the same way about you. Now, whether this is true or not, group number one, this is about how he views you. This is your you versus him reading, how he feels about you. And I definitely see here within famous, he does feel like you have a lot of suitors, a lot of options, a lot of people who know you, a lot of people who want to be close to you. And that causes a tad bit of insecurity in him and a tad bit of this worry that you can be taken away, even if you were committed with him. Remember how we spoke in the King of Coins and the Five of Coins about him being worried to build an entire life, a career, own a home, invest all of his energy into providing for you and a family, and then you leaving during a divorce, taking everything, him being left with nothing or just having to pay child support and being just on his own. This kind of very typical dilemma. That is one thing that I can see here that he worries deeply about. So it's almost like he wants to be with someone who is way below average intelligence and looks-wise so that he can feel more safe. But that's not the person that he actually desires, right? He actually desires you. So he's in this kind of challenging position of, does he confront his fears or does he settle for a lot less than you? Within relative, we've got connected with or referring to something, used to describe words or clauses that refer to a word previously used in the same sentence. Relative can also mean, well, a relative, right? A family member. And I see here that he's got famous relatives as well. And I see here within relative that fame is also relative. So he doesn't see you as, oh, you're a superstar that is on the world stages. He's not thinking about it in that way. He thinks like you are famous for being someone with high standards, for being someone of high value. Famous can be within your community. Famous can be within a certain group of people. It could even be at your job. And I definitely see that the sense of competition is something that is causing a lot of thoughts from his side as well. But group number 1, we are just at the start of your reading. If you've watched all the way to this point, leave a star emoji below to let me and others know in the comment section that you've chosen group number 1 and that you have watched to this point, and of course manifesting you identifying as a star that you are. But what I'm going to do now, group number 1, is I'm going to clear and cleanse the space, and then I'll be right back for us to delve even more deeply into your reading. As usual, you don't have to lift a finger, you don't have to do a thing, just continue to enjoy and relax as we delve even more deeply into your prediction. Welcome back, my lovely soul of group number 1. Let's move more deeply into your you versus him prediction, shall we? We are going to be delving into this with my self-care oracle deck for busy souls, which I just published as of recently. You can find the link in the description box if you want to add this deck to your collection. So we've got creating a vision board and your wardrobe detox that is going to attract them back to your life and make your energy interesting again. When you literally create a vision board of everything you want to do, from where you want to travel to bucket list things such as bungee jumping or sleeping in a 5-star hotel somewhere in Bali, to having your own soaker tub in your dream house, doing a yoga teacher training, having your own successful online business, whatever it may be. I just want you to know here within creating a vision board that when you do these types of tasks, it puts the attention and energy back onto you. And what that will then inspire you to do is to detox your wardrobe. Anything you haven't worn in a year, for example, get rid of it or put it into your cellar, into a storage, and away from sight. Out of mind, out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. The order doesn't matter, but that way you are decluttering your mental space as well. If you've ever cleaned your home from top to bottom, or even your room, your living space, you know how healing it feels and how much it just frees up your head for other things and makes you feel really confident. And showing up dressed for the life that you want, not the life that you have, that is the ultimate life hack in love for you, because it will attract the type of high caliber partner into your life and back into your life that you deserve. Next up, we've got number 54, which is about optimizing your schedule. I see here that you always have a lot of plans of things to do, but you can get caught up doing something to a point of perfection, and then that takes away time from other tasks. So if you want to post something on social media, it should just take 5 minutes, but it ends up taking you like almost an hour because you're perfecting the editing, the lighting, you're putting different filters on it, you're cropping it, you're doing all of these things, and then all of a sudden you've spent a lot of your time and energy on a small task instead of keeping that task small and then maximizing your schedule so you have more time for all the things that you want to do. Getting your time management under control, that increases your confidence. And when you do that and they come back, they come crawling back, group number 1, because that's one thing that I see that's happening. They ask you when you've got time, when you are able to meet with them. And you're very clearly not waiting around for them to ask you that, but your schedule is really busy and you're making that known, you're making that clear. All of a sudden to them it's like, wait a minute, I thought I was the main character, and then they will start to understand just how iconic that you are. The dolphin spirit is confirmation that this and that are true, group number 1. So yes, it can be true that you care about him, you care about his feelings, you care about your connection with him. But it can also be true that you still love yourself enough. Make sure that you don't end up in a place where you're hurting your own heart and you're obsessed over someone who isn't as obsessed over you. I see here within the dolphin spirit, you can care very much, but at the same time, you can still care more about yourself, and this being a healthy connection for you long term. And with master number 22, we've got the dragonfly spirit, which is a symbol of truth, ascending, illusion. So truth will always be higher, will always ascend illusion, it will always transcend illusion, it will always come to light what is the truth. So this is a symbol, this is a clear message from the universe that in your reading, the truth will still be revealing itself about how they feel towards you, about what's going to happen between you and them. More is going to unfold that's going to tell you the truth about what's happening next, group number 1. And I hope that you're ready for this. I hope that you're able to stomach the information that we are going to delve into. In the owl spirit, you will be able to see very clearly what is going on between you and him. The owl spirit is a symbol of wisdom, as the owl is a spirit animal that represents wisdom. The owl represents you having wisdom from experience. They say wisdom is crystallized pain. And the fact that you have been through a lot of pain, you have been through a lot of learning, a lot of upgrading yourself, a lot of lessons that life taught you that you couldn't learn from a book. It makes you the kind of person who is very wise to other people as well. You can read people really easily. With the turtle spirit, I want you to understand that this love story between you and him is one of being slow and steady. It's better for you to go slow and steady and win the race rather than try to rush into something that isn't meant for you. The turtle spirit is an indication, group number 1, that this is a romance that is meant to grow slowly, but then actually be solid. You know how some people were friends for a really long time before they got married and were then together forever romantically? You know how some people got into a relationship after being apart, having moments of not being sure, of traveling apart from one another, living apart from one another romantically, even dating other people, but then you got back together and you just knew it was time to cut the crap and just be with the person that you were always meant to be with. That's one thing that I can see that's in his mind that he understands. He'll never find someone like you again. He is aware of this, but he's still a little bit in a phase of where he feels like he has time. Now, in the King of Swag, we've got a glucose daddy that's showing up for us. As the King of Swag is the King of Pentacles, so the king of the element of earth, which in spirituality is one of the 4 different elements. And the earth element, even though it's shamed the most, it is an important one because it puts a roof over our heads, it puts food on our plates, and it allows us to be healthy, to invest into our health. And in the King of Swag with our glucose daddy, I see here your person feels like you're very attractive to successful men, successful individuals who are high-powered, who are intelligent, who have a lot of people listening to them, working for them, pedestalizing them, and they see you making very successful men actually insecure. As I see here within the Knight of Feels, that you're the kind of person that even the most successful shark or person who is hard on the outside, who has a hard shell, will feel soft around. You're the kind of person where even this glucose daddy that runs multiple companies and could have anyone that they want, they would rather be around you because you're so receptive. You make them feel so comfortable. You make them feel seen and heard in ways that other people don't. And the most important thing is that you're authentic. You can't be bought. Group number 1, that's a message I'm receiving here within your reading, that you're the kind of person who is never going to be friends with someone just because they're successful or just because they're wealthy. Within the Wheel of Fortune, I do want you to know that he is thinking about investments. Your guy is thinking about, how can I become this glucose daddy? How can I become very successful in the earthly realm? How can I level up? How can I, even in old age, be a provider, be stable, be secure in the earthly realm? And they have looked into Bitcoin, they have looked into stocks as well, and they're looking to invest even more. They're looking to curate a portfolio of different assets that create more revenue because they want to have a stable family life so they can, in the end, fulfill their dream of being the Knight of Vibes, which is a life coach, which is a mentor. I'm getting Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra kind of vibes. I want you to know here within the life coach that even being in front of 10 people and coaching them, mentoring them, uplifting them, being there for them. I see here that when it comes to him, this is his dream. This is what he really wants to do. This is what lights him up, and this is where he sees himself being when it comes to his career, like 10, 20 years from now. Let's move a little more deeply into your reading. We got the King of Cups too. I see here that the balance between being soft, understanding, caring, and emotionally intelligent, but then also being kind of cutthroat in business as our King of Swag here. That is like the sweet spot that he wants to find, because you make him feel very vulnerable. So he sees you as someone that could have anyone more successful, more wealthy, and higher up by society standards than him. But at the same time, he feels like where he has a leg up and can impress you is his emotional intelligence when he wants to be. But within the shadows, I do see that, again, he doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't want you to know all the ways in which he feels about you, because he's afraid that when you have too much power, that you are going to use that power against him, that you're going to use that power to get things that you want from him, and in the end, he's going to be left in shambles. And I want you to know this comes from a place that he needs to heal. You can't do anything about this, group number one. So don't try to change yourself. Don't try to say the right thing. Just continue to be yourself. As I see here within the shadow that he still needs to go through this phase of being successful and then buying a lot of unnecessarily flashy things, like a sports car, like flashy designer clothes, like a big home. I want you to know here that when it comes to your person, someone who still has to go through a time of finding themselves in a place of not needing to show you all of their material gains to impress you, not needing to say to you, hey, I'm this successful, to then feel better, but to just be really confident in who they are without all of that. As I see here in the Queen of Wands, that you are the type of person who is extremely driven and ambitious by yourself. You're very generous. You're very tenacious, group number one. You're courageous. Your parents did not raise a quitter. That's one thing about you. And that shows that literally you don't need anyone. You're very independent. So it confuses you why they would worry about this kind of stuff with you, because you literally don't care about this type of stuff, group number one. And I just want you to know here that when it comes to him, he sees that you don't need him, but he wants to feel a little bit needed. He wants to have a little bit of that hero complex that you cater to. And within fortitude, of course you're courageous, of course you're strong, of course you're this goddess that can overcome anything. He knows this, because otherwise you wouldn't still be whole after everything you've went through right now. He knows that you are unbreakable and unshakable, but he does want to feel a little bit as though he can impress you more, and as though you in a way need him, while you both very clearly know that you don't actually really truly need him. You know what I mean, group number one? But you guys always tend to know exactly what I mean, exactly what I'm going for. And that is the type of just minor little tweak that you can do without feeling as though, oh, you're giving up all of this control or you're being too soft. Pisces energy is very psychic energy. It is an energy of intuition, compassion, being kind and caring. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's a water sign that is very emotional. And I want you to know, like, they want you to be in Pisces mode. So even if you're not a Pisces, we all have parts of each of the 12 zodiac signs within us. So even though I'm a Cancer, I will have some parts of me that are Leo, some parts of me that are Sagittarius, some parts in me that are Gemini. Whether it's my moon sign, my rising sign, just a part of my character that is less Cancer, but more, for example, Virgo. I just want you to understand that there is a part of you that is Pisces that is so soft, that cries very easily when you see something that really, really touches you, and that is extremely sensitive. And that is the part of you that they really like. And being Pisces moon is the most psychic placement you can have. And being a Pisces in your moon sign I want you to know that either you or them, you have Pisces in your moon sign. And this is a strong symbol of the fact that you have a connection that is unseen, that goes into the spiritual realm, that is a little spiritual woo-woo, and where you just understand each other's emotional needs. And it's a little scary. Like, the connection is so real for your person that he doesn't even know what to do with these emotions, because he's literally asking himself, like, how is this possible? I've never felt this way. What is this girl doing to me? Like, what is this person up to? So I definitely want you to know here within the moon that this is a symbol of the fact that your person, they can feel something's different with this connection. The elephant spirit is telling you, though, to learn from the past. So if your connection with him reminds you of a past connection where you overthought it, or you double, triple texted, you called, you asked them what's up, you asked them to come back, to try again, to go on dates again, and so on, don't do that. Group number 1, never do that again. Okay, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not supposed to be behaving that way. Give them space. Give them cold shoulder. Focus on your vision board, on decluttering, detoxing your wardrobe, and on your own schedule. Stay booked and busy. Next up, we have got the buffalo spirit. Now, the buffalo spirit is a symbol that the universe will provide for you, group number 1. And you are probably thinking, I need a sign. I want them to come back. I want this to work out. I want true love. I want a deep connection. I want someone who really loves me for me. Group number 1, stop worrying. Why are you so worried? The abundant universe will provide for you. It's provided for you up until now. You're still alive, aren't you? You've still had a roof over your head. You've got food, you've got water, you've got all of your needs met. Why wouldn't this need be met as well? Group number 1, okay? The message that you're receiving in the elephant and the buffalo spirit is that you have more resources here right now and still coming for you than you realize. And here within the horse spirit and master number 33, remember that freedom is something that you don't want to take for granted. Once you're coupled in a relationship, once you're shacked up in a marriage, once you're with someone in a forever bond, you will never sleep diagonally in your bed again. You will never have the same peace of eating the weird food combinations that you like eating alone, having a messy environment sometimes because you're just too busy to clean up, and doing that peacefully, doing that without anyone seeing it, dancing, screaming, having karaoke sessions without anyone hearing or witnessing those, and feeling sometimes judged until you get fully comfortable with your person. I want you to know that freedom is yours right now. Freedom is how I want you to see your current situation, rather than agony, rather than anxiety, rather than being alone. Actually, right now you are free. Do you see that, group number 1? Because when you see it in that way, then you know that the only person worth sacrificing your freedom for is a very, very special individual who values you, who sees you as irreplaceable, and who gives you a reason to sacrifice and give up your freedom that is large enough, big enough, and beneficial enough to do so for them. Now, group number 1, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated with you. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section, and wherever you are on our beautiful planet, I will catch you during one of our upcoming readings, or of course, inside our Psychic CEO portal. Bye, guys! Hello, my gorgeous soul of group number 2. Welcome to your you versus him reading. You chose the Mythos tarot deck as well as the smoky quartz crystal. This is the gorgeous smoky quartz, and this is a crystal that helps you get rid of any type of uncertainty and any type of unwanted anxiety, which is perhaps precisely why you chose this crystal. But now let's get into your reading. I'm just shuffling your tarot deck for you before we start to figure out out what is going on between you and him. So let's step into your reading, group number 2. We've got the Two of Wands. I can see this indecisiveness. We've got our Two of Wands, Asclepius, depicted here with a snake around his neck, and that means that he's going through a stage of transformation, of indecisiveness to knowing exactly what he wants and picking the route, the journey that will lead to the High Priestess. If you identify as a divine feminine goddess, if you identify as Persephone, the High Priestess, someone who is intelligent, who is well educated, and emotionally speaking, really mature, I want you to know that this is the type of person that he wants. This is the type of relationship that he is looking for. And I do see here in the Two of Wands that he has options between people who are less emotionally intelligent than you, less ready than you, which means less commitment, or he can go for you. As I see here within the High Priestess, that literally the number 2 means, you might not be aware of it, group number 2, but you both have options. I'm getting angel number 222 for you. You are group number 2. The High Priestess corresponds to the number 2, and we've also received the Two of Wands. And I want you to know that what this means here is that decisions need to be made. Otherwise, everything will just remain stagnant. And I want to see what type of particular message that Spirit has for you in form of a precise word. We've got expensive. Okay, group number 2, do you look expensive? Do you seem expensive? Do you look very put together, like you come from an affluent background? Charging high prices, involving serious losses or disadvantage to a particular person or group. Something that is expensive costs a lot of money. So I do see here that you come off as expensive to him. You come off as someone who is not going to be okay with the bare minimum in the long run. And I see that that is a point of feeling a little intimidated and a little bit like he wants to make sure he can keep up and he can provide the things that you desire. As you see in the High Priestess, we have a depiction of high standards, of beautiful full hair, of a relaxed face, and of a very out there type of outfit, a very big kind of opulent energy. And here with Injustice, I want you to know that right now why you feel confused is because he's weighing his options. He can go for someone who feels quote unquote less expensive, less exclusive, less quote unquote high maintenance, right? Even though you're maintaining yourself, group number 2. So you're of course allowed, you should be. But I do see that that's not what he really wants. He is definitely debating. He's blindfolded. He's not sure whether he should just settle for less, but he knows that's not what he really wants. With Injustice, I want you to know this is literally a message of having the responsibility to decide, knowing he'll never be happy with someone who is lesser than you, but also knowing that in order to be in a committed long-term relationship with you, he needs to step up to the plate. He needs to do better. You are basically forcing him to be a better man, a better person. Within the Hermit, this is a symbol of being in a place where you're by yourself, where you're alone, introspection, all right, solitude. That's what the Hermit represents. The Hermit represents taking a step back, and that's exactly what you're feeling now, group number 2, exactly why you're feeling a little confused, a little uncertain, and things are unclear between you and your person. It is because they have taken a step back for introspection. The Hermit is a symbol of taking a step back so that you can soul search and find the necessary guidance from the divine that, yes, this is the right path. I should be taking a step forward. So he is spiritual in his own way, and I see that he's definitely taken a step back to basically consult with himself, with the universe, with his guides about whether he is up for the challenge, which means being with you. He's definitely in a introspective mode to find out whether he is able to provide what it is that you need. Next up, we have got fortitude. So within fortitude, we have got vitality, we've got courage. You have this life force, this really fun, bubbly, youthful energy about you that is mega, mega attractive to your person. In fortitude, I want you to know this is basically the strength card in this Accurate AF tarot deck. I got this off of Etsy a very long time ago. This is obviously not sponsored, but it's just to tell you the strength card means that you have inner strength that doesn't come from being externally intimidating. You never have to intimidate someone for them to know how strong that you are, because you're someone who has a lot of patience. And the thing is, you have a lot of patience with people until they show you that they don't deserve your patience, and then it goes down to zero. And he really, really doesn't want to get to that point. He's grateful for the fact that he still stands a chance with you. He can feel like he can still bounce back from this. And I do want you to know here within fortitude that he can also tell you've been strong for friends, for family, even for people from past relationships. But he can also tell that you no longer want to always be the strong one. You want someone that you can lean on as well. Next, we've got the Dawn of Swords. Now, the Dawn of Swords is a symbol that he's thinking, he's reflecting, he's doing his due diligence on how likely it is for him to be able to be as successful as he wants to be with and without you. He can see that there is a huge advantage to having you in his life, and I want us to use our astro dice to see exactly what area of life that is in. Okay, we've got the number 7, and the number 7 is the number that connects to the 7th house, which is the house ruled by Libra. It is the house of marriage. It is the house of long-term relationships. This is the house of long-term partnerships, and so he can see that he has won if he can be in a long-term relationship or in a marriage with you. He sees that that is literally the best thing that could happen, because you would never leave, you would never cheat, you would never cause problems, and you are literally the type of person one can be with forever, not go through an expensive and uncomfortable divorce with, and actually live to the end of time, till the end of life, and you would even take care of your partner till the last day. All right, in this message, we've also got Virgo energy. Virgo energy is the energy of someone who is meticulous, someone who's a perfectionist, and someone who's really grounded. So they see you as the perfect partner to be with long term and to be married to, but they also know that if they go into a relationship with you, that means settling down. That means no going back. That means that the freedoms that they've had up until now that he has been able to have is going to be gone. And he doesn't quite see the fact that, yeah, he thinks he's had a lot of freedom, but he's not realizing that this so-called freedom isn't really anything special. He's not really doing anything that is of more worth or value than being with you, but he hasn't realized that yet. I see here in the Spirit of Wands and the Four of Swords that he kind of is still living in this fantasy land of thinking that being free and being single as a man, like that means you can do all of these naughty things, but it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're sleeping at night alone every single night, and you think this freedom means, oh, you're going to have all of these options, all of these different women, these people you can be with. But actually, in the Four of Swords, this is actually a symbol of solitude and healing. He's just been doing a lot of healing, which is good, but in his mind, he's thinking he's giving up the freedom to have other options, but he doesn't realize he doesn't even have that many options. But it's going to hit him pretty soon. I do see that he just needs a little bit more time to come to the realization that you are the one with more options than him, that you are the prize and he isn't. So he's still going through a little bit of this phase of feeling more important or more like the prize than he actually is. And that's probably because group number 2, I'm just going to give it to you very bluntly, because you've made him feel too important, because he can feel that so much of your energy and your thinking is on him, and that has boosted his ego. Next up here within Gemini, this is the zodiac sign of intellect, of communication, networking, of also being ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of the thinking process of traveling to, like short distance travel. Within Gemini, I do see that he thinks about you whenever he's commuting to his work and whenever he's going to work somewhere remotely. I see that he thinks about you on a daily basis, and his thoughts are very much connected to the logic of, yeah, I have time, I'll sort this, I'll get to it. But I see here within Chiron that he doesn't understand that every day, every hour, every moment, it causes hurt that will need to be healed. And the thing is, the whole masculine, feminine type of way of dealing with relationships, he has not understood the complexities of it. And it's because he hasn't been in a deep enough relationship to understand that he needs to deal with things a little bit more transparently, because the way that he's dealing with your situation that you have right now is actually making it more intense than it needs to be. I see here within Scorpio, which is a water sign of the zodiac, the most intense sign of the entire zodiac, that literally what this is doing is it's exposing some emotional immaturity that he still has. It doesn't mean that he's overall a super immature person, not at all, but it just shows that confronting uncomfortable emotional situations is not his forte, and it's not something that he wants to do, or that he will be the one to initiate fixing and repairing, which is an area that he is still going to be working on. As I see within the golden hour, there is a very positive omen to your connection with him. I see in the great central sun that he feels positively about you. He doesn't feel as confused or unsure as you feel, group number 2, but the difference is just he doesn't see this as a big deal. He doesn't see what's going on as affecting you as deeply as it does. He doesn't see you as being so much in the dark as you truly are. Like, to him, emotions are just not as serious as they are to you in regard to your connection with him. Within the inner eye, we've got your pineal activation, illumination, your psychic bridge. I want you to know here within your inner eye, group number 2, that you will very shortly after this reading have a psychic insight come to you, as crazy as it sounds, but perhaps you've experienced something before, group number 2, and it felt like it's not the first time you're experiencing this. Like, you've gone to a place and there's no way you've actually physically been there before. Someone's wedding venue, a store, a new town, you've never been there, but you still somehow feel like it's so familiar. You feel like you've been there, you've met this person before. You feel like you can sense things as though they've already happened, even though there's no physical possible way that this has already transpired in your life, that you've already been there, that you've already met this person. But it feels so familiar, and you just know there's something more there. I see here within the inner eye that that's exactly the type of feeling you get with him, and it's exactly what's going to happen again after this reading, when the connection starts to restore itself and starts to slowly rebuild. In the hidden portal, I see alternate routes, you looking closer, creative solutions. I want you to know here that what this means is that you will find very creative solutions to your problems that you have with him in communication. There are alternative routes for you to create better communication, for you to be in a better place with this person where you feel more safe and you just feel way more in tune with them than you do now. And in duality, I do see here that you have to find balance with them. You have to find this balance between being very, very close and also just not being close and not knowing what's going on at all. I see that too much of the duality of the extremes, that is causing a roller coaster ride that isn't healthy for either one of you. But most importantly, you, group number 2, I mean, you're part of the unicorn army, you're part of the unicorn family. So I want to have you protected first and foremost, which means that this needs to come to an end, this roller coaster ride, and we've got to take control of it. We've got to take control of our emotions. We've got to make sure we're not putting ourselves through this type of emotional turmoil. Within feelings of enlightenment from my new self-care oracle deck for busy souls, I'll leave it linked below in the description box, you guys. I just published this deck. It is so gorgeous. I want you to know that during the next full or new moon, you will find that you feel very different. You feel very reborn. It's like in those movies, like in Vampire Diaries or even in Twilight. I want you to know, just going from being a regular human being to being immortal, almost like the werewolf transformations. I see here that the moon has a huge effect on you. but also your cycle in your body. The feelings of enlightenment come during this time because everything starts to make sense. And I want you to know here within a trip down memory lane that he thinks about the memories you have together a lot. He thinks a lot about the things you've texted with one another, the kind, sweet messages, the love that you've shared, the experiences, the laughter, the closeness, that feeling of wanting to be together for real long term. Oh, he felt it. Group number 2. You might think to yourself, what happened? Like, did he not feel the same way that I did? Oh, no. Group number 2, he did. He felt it. It was not made up. It was not all a game. But I just want you to know that even though he felt it, he literally doesn't know what to do with these feelings about you. He literally doesn't know what he should do next. He is so confused. And I see in the Queen of Cups, you are the one who knows what they want long term. And he thinks he knows what he wants, but actually he needs someone to lead him. Because if he were to continue to lead his life, his relationship life, his love life, it will just continue to be a train wreck, a dumpster fire. He actually needs someone who knows how to lead him without him feeling bossed around and without him feeling like he is being led. That's the whole trick. That's the whole magic. He needs to feel like it's been his idea this entire time. And the Queen of Cups tells me that only a very nurturing, tactful type of person, type of woman is going to be able to do that without him catching on to the fact that actually you're in control and you're wearing the pants. And I see here within the 5 of Wands that it's important to keep things very cute, very divine feminine, very attracting rather than trying to chase, because otherwise you will just be met with an energy of them pushing you back, pushing you away, and resisting. Resistance happens when you chase. And remember, group number 2, we don't chase, we attract over here in the Unicorn Army. And I want you to be aware of the fact that the same feeling will lead to success with him. When you don't chase, but you attract, you lean back, you let him come to you, and you don't put yourself in a situation where you look desperate or you look like you need him to come back. You look emotionally volatile. No, group number 2, we're not doing that. And it's not about, oh, you're just pretending or you can't be yourself or you can't show your emotions. It's not about that, but love is a seduction game. As much as we want to say, oh, but let's just be adults and just communicate like adults. Yeah, okay, but love is still a game of seduction. Even when it's two adults, you want to feel drawn to your person. There has to be a little bit of polarity, a little bit of a chasing, a tug and pull. And I want you to know here within divine timing, trust in divine timing, love arrives when it's meant to. I want you to understand that your person, this individual that you're thinking of during your reading, they're coming in divine timing to you. They're coming when you're least expecting it, back into your texts, your DMs, into your phone calls, and it's going to happen when it feels like you have gotten yourself to a place where they can come back, but you need to see some change. You need to see some leveling up in this relationship. Otherwise, you are too much in love with yourself and with your well-being to continue to entertain something isn't making you feel even better about yourself, even more elevated, and even more in love with your life. So group number 2, we've got more messages ahead in your you versus him connection, and I'm going to uncover and unravel all of them for you in today's reading. You don't have to lift a finger, you don't have to do a thing while I clear and cleanse the space, and then I'll be right back to guide you even more deeply into your reading. What you can do, of course, is you can leave a heart emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're part of group number 2, that you're here receiving your reading, and I'll be right back to guide you even more deeply into your you versus him prediction. Welcome back, my gorgeous soul of group number 2. Are you ready to go even more deeply into your reading about what he really feels towards you right now and where this situation is going? Let's see what we've got here within the cards for you, group 2. We've got the rhino spirit and the dolphin spirit. So within the rhino spirit, I do see here that he feels like for you, he could overcome any obstacle, and the dolphin spirit is a message that this and that can be true, which means that he can be giving you mixed signals and at the same time feel really strongly about you. He can feel like he is obsessed with you and at the same time and not know how to communicate it effectively to you. I do also want you to know here in the rhino spirit that he sees you as someone who's really strong. He sees you as someone who is kind, but at the same time, other things are true about you too. You're kind, but you can be stubborn. You're kind, but you can endure anything. I do want you to know here within the dolphin that he feels like you are the type of person who has so many different traits in their personality that things never get boring with you. So he sees you as this wild yet gentle being, this amazing, open-minded yet also a little bit shy person, someone who's extroverted and introverted at the same time. And I get here within the crow spirit that he is worried about shiny object syndrome, and he's worried that he kind of like isn't able to provide the shiny objects that someone else might. And I see in the crow spirit that he wants to learn how to be even better at his career and how to be able to feel more whole for his personality and for the things that he is able to provide and do for you. So there are some fears and insecurities in him, but the cat spirit also shows that he sees you as very independent and is not needing him. So not needing him for anything, which is also a sign for him that literally if you were to choose to be with him, it's because you want to, not because you want anything from him or you need anything from him. And I do also see here within the cat spirit that he thinks you're the type of person that can overcome any obstacle and is really smart and intelligent at the same time. So you solve problems with your intelligence. You don't solve them with brute force. And when you have an argument, you don't raise your voice. You just have a really good argument, which usually makes other people mad. So group 2, you're the type of person who triggers insecure people a lot. So if you've had a lot of encounters with people and you're like, I don't get why they don't like me. I was literally so nice to them. I don't understand what's going on. Group number 2, jealousy is a real thing around you. I am getting this vibe of like, don't notice it, but people are jealous of your hair, of the bag you're wearing that you've had for 5 or 10 years, the shoes that you got yourself 5 years ago. They're jealous of the jewelry you got from your parents or from one of your exes, someone that you dated, and they literally feel as though you're the type of person who gets everything that they want. And within number 7, reawaken, what happens in them is that they kind of feel like you're one of these Disney princesses that they used to watch in the movies, and it awakens in them this protective hero instinct. So you do have a side to you that is so soft that makes divine masculine individuals want to protect it a lot. And within reawaken, I want you to not feel like that's a negative thing, okay? Release this hyper independent mindset and attitude that you've been trained to have, group number 2. That's what I'm getting here within the number 5 and release. Yes, group number 2, we know you're independent. We know you can do everything for yourself. We know you don't need anyone. But that doesn't mean that you can't accept help, support. It doesn't mean that even if, for example, you're seeing someone that you are more successful than financially or professionally, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't let them try to impress you. It doesn't mean that you should lead with that. It doesn't mean that they need to know that. You can keep that to yourself. Let them spoil you, impress you, take you out. Let them feel like they can be in their masculine, group number 2, because when you allow that, you create attraction. When you allow that, you allow them to feel strong. And that is one thing that I definitely see here. They want to feel, they want to have that with you. They want to feel like you think, wow, I'm protected by them. This man has my back, or this man is so capable. They want to be seen in awe. All right, they want you to look at them as though they are the strongest person, even if a little bit is you know, being extra nice or being extra caring, being extra feminine to feed into the masculine, because the King of Fields shows us here they want a family. They want a loving relationship. They want a wife. They want someone where they can be a dad, they can be a father, they can be a provider, and they want to feel like the head of the household. The stay-at-home dad in the King of Fields doesn't mean quite literally that they want to be a stay-at-home dad, but they want to have these moments of intimacy with their kids when they're working from home and not always needing to leave the house, but being successful enough to be able to spend time with family once family has been built and created and is together. I see here in the Ace of Fields that literally perhaps you met them on an app and they swiped right, but literally they feel about you like you're the right person, like you're a perfect person to be in a relationship or a long-term marriage with. Like you're a ride or die. You would be with your man, with your partner through the toughest times, and that is what men really want. That is what men really look for and strive for a romantic relationship. The Ace of Fields also tells me here that if you're on online dating apps, you're still swiping, use images that are not too showy of your body, that are very much librarian vibes, very put together, not too suggestive. I see in the Ace of Fields that a little bit of a shy, demure type of energy is exactly what they're looking for, is exactly the type of person that they would swipe right on, and they want someone with whom they can build a real connection with. They don't want an Instagram model type of person. They don't want anything that feels fake. I see that what they really want is realness, real connection, real love, real relationship building. And they're excited about you when they think about all of these things because you're the type of person that they can see themselves having that with. So let's see what else is happening with your you versus them situation, group number 2. Perfect timing. Things will happen in perfect timing. There are great love stories where two people had to be apart for whatever reason. And in the past, it might have been because of distance, because of wars, because of something that just kept two people apart. And now it could be because of job opportunities, because of focusing on your career, because of internet romances, right? Having so many options until you actually realize the best option was the one you've always already had in your phone. And I do see here within perfect timing that they're coming to the realization that literally there is no better person to swipe right on than you. But everything comes in divine timing. So your angels and the universe is trying to say to you, group number 2, remain positive. Remain positive. Remain self-absorbed, and not in a negative way, but in a way of taking care of your needs, because you want to make sure when they return, when they propose, they make it clear that they want to be with you, that they want to be together, that you're your most glowy, most beautiful, most fulfilled self, and that you show them that literally, if uncertainty happens again, you're not withering away. You're not crying over them. You're not unwell. You're actually thriving. And you're doing even better without them than with them, honestly. Next up, within reconsider, I see that they are reconsidering the uncertainty that they've caused. Guys, I just want to rearrange this amethyst here. You guys know I'm very particular about our setup. So within reconsider and the sword, they're reconsidering, they're thinking hard. The sword always represents thinking, communication, the mental realm. So they're thinking really, really hard about what they have done, what they have not done, what they have missed out on. And they're really, really worried that now in the meantime, you're going to be dating someone else. So they're like, how can I avoid that from happening? Yes, the card that popped out as I was shuffling, it was a big no. They don't want that to happen. They're like, nope, don't want that to happen. Not a fan of it. I want access to her. I want to be able to be the one who has all of her attention. That's what I'm getting here within your reading, group number 2. But that has to be earned, right? You can't just give someone the rite of passage to be the center of your love life if they don't earn it. And I see here within closure, not all connections are meant to be, except closure. accept how they're behaving right now, group number 2. Just accept, because when you accept, that is the moment they want to come bursting through the doors. The moment that they can feel that they no longer have you under control, that you're no longer emotionally so attached, so clinging to this connection and so hopeful, they literally come running back. Okay, they will say to themselves, oh my goodness, I made the biggest mistake. I thought she would be sad. I thought she would be crying. I thought I really did something here, but looks like not. Because within secrets, something is hidden from you. Someone isn't being truthful. So they still have some situations that they need to gain closure from. So I do see here, they're probably not even fully broken up with an ex. Perhaps they were even married and they still need to tie up loose ends with divorcing. They were living with someone. They still have items from their ex in their house. They still have people in their chat archives. And the thing is, they have to create closure. They have to close those doors because you are extremely psychic. You feel things, group number 2. They don't need to say it. You immediately can sense and feel and see when someone is acting weird, when someone is acting in a way that just feels off. And when you sense that, when you see that, when you feel that, there is no hiding that. And the thing is, they don't want you to figure out all of their secrets. They just want to have a clean, fresh slate before building anything with you, any relationship, any family life. And I do see here that right now, your angels and your guides want you to tend to your temple, group number 2. Why are you so worried about your you versus him connection when your blood work still needs to be done? You need to go see your dentist. You need to moisturize your skin. Why are you thirsty right now as you're receiving your psychic reading? Like, go drink, fill up your Stanley cup, buy yourself a Stanley cup or a fake one, a counterfeit one if you need to. Literally get yourself something cute that you can have your water with so you can take your supplements regularly and practice temperance. Temperance is all about not overthinking or letting your body go into fight or flight mode so easily. In this day and age, the way the world is designed is wildly unhealthy for our bodies and for our minds, because you can get one email and your body goes into the same type of fight or flight mode when your boss texts you something or a coworker stresses you out. Like your body would have gone into fight or flight mode when there was a real predator before you that was actually life-threatening. Not an email, not something that is stressful with work, with a deadline, or with finances, like literally life-threatening. But the emotions are the same, and the way that the cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, spikes in your body is the same as hundreds of years ago when we were hunter-gatherers, and there was real danger of an animal or another tribe that could have unalived us. So remind yourself that your body is going into stress mode, which it doesn't have to go into, and that makes you feel more tired. So if you're feeling tired right now and you think it's this situation and you think you can't control it unless it's resolved, group number 2, you can control it. But you have to temper your emotions. You have to take yourself out of fight or flight mode. Literally, the universe is saying to you as an act of self-care, make some magical mocktails. Literally make yourself mocktails that are magical, that are whimsical, that make you feel like you're a kid again. If you ever used to be a witchy kid that used to make like potions out of things in your home, things you found in your back garden. I know I used to do that. I used to gather like plants, flowers from down the road where I lived and mix them together and make these magical kind of like cocktail things. And I want you to know here, within magical mocktails, you can still do that now. You can buy like ginger and coconut water and different sweeteners, different aromas. You can get edible flowers, make yourself magical cocktails, mocktails. Don't put alcohol in it because it's not good for your skin or your body. It is literally toxic and it will just spike your cortisol. So mocktails all the way for you, group number 2, to calm yourself, to do something sweet, to do some self-care for yourself in the magical mocktails. And I do want you to know here that creating a vision board without them in it, okay? Center yourself again. Group number 2, it's important to make yourself the main character. Romanticize your life. Put anything that you want on your vision board. A trip to the Eiffel Tower in France, your own fashion line, your own skincare line, your own online business, literally you traveling the world, doing face masks every single day, going diving, going bungee jumping, doing a yoga teacher training, having your own home, your dream home, a dream vehicle. Make this about you and the things that you want, regardless of whether you have him or any partner making your life better or not. Be you-centric with your vision board. Right now is a you moment, group number 2. I want you to live it. I want you to feel it. I want you to enjoy it. And let's add a very particular word into your reading as well, group number 2, to see precisely what spirit needs you to know. Okay, we've got repent, to feel regret about a sin or past actions and change your ways or habits. Think with regret or sorry of, be full of regret. So literally, he's full of regret. He will be full of even more regret the more that you focus on how fabulous you are and your life is, and he will come running back as soon as you have reached your highest, most attractive status. And let's see what else Spirit has. Sing. To make the melodious sound that is characteristic of an animal species. To make a continuous whistling, humming, or ringing sound. Singing is something that while practicing it, it's almost like you're stepping into your siren energy. You know, sirens are those mermaids that were said to sing beautiful melodies to attract sailors to them so they could then drag them into the water and eat their hearts out or something like that. But I want you to know here within singing is seduction. Your voice can be seductive. Your voice is used to either attract or repel. And I see that it is an important part of how attractive that you are to romantic partners. Talk in a very poised, kind of low voice, lower than you usually would, not in a fake way, okay? We don't have to exaggerate, but don't rush. Don't talk in a voice that is way too high and seems like you're nervous. Be sure of yourself. Practice this by singing. If you're someone who has always loved singing, but you haven't sung in a very long time, get back into it. Have fun with it. Print out the lyrics. Find the lyrics of your favorite songs. Have the best time, group number 2. So we have just a couple more messages that your guides want you to receive. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear and cleanse the space one more time, and then we'll step right back into your reading to delve even more deeply into your you versus him prediction. As usual, group number 2, you don't have to lift a finger, you don't have to do a thing, and I'll be right back to guide you even more deeply into your reading. Welcome back, my gorgeous soul of group number 2. Let's delve even more deeply into your reading, shall we, and see precisely what's going on in your connection. We've got the Queen of Wands, and then we also have the Five of Cups reversed. So challenging feelings are going away as soon as he's able to talk to his mom or his girl best friend. I see that having a feminine influence to talk to is extremely helpful for your person, because they don't really see it from your viewpoint. They don't really get it. The Five of Cups reverse is a symbol of emotional challenge and turmoil, leaving, so not being part of your connection any longer. And the Queen of Wands is a queen that has fiery energy, the type of vibe to tell him the truth, even if he doesn't, and if that's not what he wants to hear, and telling him to get his act together. So I see that sometimes just having that influence from a feminine person, from another woman, telling him that he needs to act in a way that is more grown up is the push that he needs in order to get his act together and to create more transparency. The Seven of Pentacles is a clear sign here that your person is someone who is very strategic when it comes to their career and also their earthly assets. So I want you to know that he is someone who has a lot of assets that you will never know about. Even if you're married to this person, he is always going to have something in another nest, in another basket, that he is hiding for good or bad reason. It could also be in order to protect you, to protect their future family, to protect his future kids, in case anything ever happens. But I want you to know here in the Seven of Pentacles that this also means that you have to be very careful with this person when it comes to tying the knot forever, because the Knight of Cups tells me here that literally you are the kind of person who's very transparent, you're very outspoken with your heart, and that has put you in situations where your kind heart has been taken for granted, group number 2. And I don't want that to continue happening to you. You deserve better than for that to be a reality. And the Knight of Cups is a symbol that literally you're in a space now in your life where you can have requirements for how you want to be treated, gifts you want to receive, time that you want spent with you, the way you want to be texted, the way you want to be called, the way that you want the person that you're with to interact with you, and stick to it, because that is the only way that you will create the type of respect that is required to be around you and that you deserve. Next up here within the Magician, I do see that the number 1, which is the number that corresponds to the Magician, it shows a new beginning. It shows things starting off from ground zero with them. So I do see that you're manifesting a big change with him, with your person, with the individual that's on your mind right now, and a transformation. That's why we've also got these snakes intertwined. So they're going through a transformation just as snakes shed their skins for transformation. I want you to also know with the sword, which represents communication, that once he's gone through this transformation and growth, personal growth, he will come back and he will communicate clearly. He will come back and he will have learned his lesson finally. I see with the Queen of Wands that your person, group number 2, literally loves their mom, they love their sister, they love the women in their life, which is a positive sign. And within the 9 of Earth, they're a very generous, giving type of person. Remember how we spoke about them always having like an offshore account, just some of their earthly belongings and abundance in different nests and different baskets. So you never fully know what's going on. It's because they want to make sure that you're always taken care of, no matter what happens to them. So for example, if they were to ever have an accident, something were to happen to them, you would only find out after that they actually had like a savings for you. They had some sort of like retirement fund already set up for the kids you had with them, a school fund. They had something in place to make sure that you were always safe and secure, but they didn't show it right off the bat because they do want to be in a relationship where they know that the person they're with likes them for them. And within abundance, this is literally confirmation, group number 2. They're a very abundant person. They have a lot of abundance in their life. They want to give a lot of abundance. And they love seeing you in abundance. They love it when you wear beautiful clothing. They love to take you out, to feed you, to give you like the best drinks, the best food, the best quality, everything. But it's definitely something here that they get comfortable, and then that is like what they want to do for you day in and day out. Abundance does also show me here that your person never had to really worry so much as they were growing up about abundance. So having a roof over their head, food, like all of these needs were met. And I do see here that that has shaped how easily they attract abundance as well, because they don't have to work hard for it. They have their natural standards and it just happens. Have you ever noticed how people who grew up wealthy or middle class or lower class, like they end up living the same cycle or pattern unless they break it? So if they grew up in a stable household with like stable income, with always having enough, they will also always have enough. It's rare that people kind of navigate out of what they're used to. And I see here within the 8 of water that they feel so strongly about aligning with you again that shortly after you have received your psychic reading, group number 2, they will reach back out. They needed an aha moment. They needed a moment of enlightenment. They needed a moment of solitude and to see what it's like to be without closeness with you. And they feel regretful that it happened and they want that to come to an end. That's the message I'm getting right now. So group number 2, I trust that this reading resonated with you. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. Or of course within our Psychic CEO portal, if you want even further clarification, you can just let me know in the community comment that you chose group number 2 and what your question is about him that you would like further clarification on, and you can get a private reading clarification within the portal. If you want an even more personal answer about what's going on in your you versus him situation, I trust that all of you right here on YouTube found this reading to be very detailed and insightful, as we of course did not spare any information. We went so deep, and that you enjoyed our time together. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the Amber, and the Amber is not actually a crystal. It is actually a piece of fossilized tree resin that is set to protect you and set to help you overcome any type of overthinking that you're currently doing, which is precisely why you might have chosen this quote-unquote stone. But let's move into your reading to see what's going on between you and him. So we've got the tree people, and then we've also got water, and one more card, which is the shapeshifter. I see that he feels really deeply about you in the shapeshifter and water, because just as water moves and flows, his emotions with you are very fluid, but he feels watched. He feels like the people around him would judge him for being in a relationship with you right now. Perhaps he just got out of a relationship that was long-term or a marriage and he hasn't told you this, or he's the type of person who is seen by his friends and family as a player who can't settle down. Either way, I just want you to know here, there's a reason why he's feeling like he has to be a bit of a shapeshifter, why there's some hot and cold, and why you feel these emotions of uncertainty. It's not necessarily because he doesn't think highly of you or because he doesn't want to be with you. It's more about what it would look like to be in a committed relationship right now for him. And I see that he hasn't quite told you every single ounce of truth that you may want and need to hear, group number 3. That's why you're feeling a little confused and a little bit unsure about your connection. Next up, we've got the medicine bag. So he does see you as a treasure. He does see you as medicine, so to say. Whenever he talks to you or was talking to you, he felt better about himself. He felt better about everything that he's going through. And the thing that just made the situation challenging is that he was never able to fully open up about it to you. And that is what caused friction and uncertainty. The medicine bag is also symbolic of the fact that he is taking medicine for whatever reason. It can be plant medicine, antidepressants, or just regular vitamins because he's low on something. It's just a little detail on the side that the universe wants you to know, and he's aware of the things that mentally make him feel good. So he's considered therapy or even gone to therapy before. Within the youth, I see that from a very young age, he has been emotionally intelligent, and he has always been very grown up from a young age, very mature. And that's because here within the youth, if he's the youngest in his family, he still had to act like the oldest. And within the youth, I see he always had to take care of his parents and his other siblings. The youth shows me here that he is a leader and that his natural instincts are sharpened. That's why he's got this kind of wolf dog next to him. And he loves the way that you look in nature. Like you somewhere on a nature trail, you without very flashy clothes or makeup if you wear makeup, or your hair just natural. That's his favorite state of you. And I want you to know here that he also finds that you look really youthful. You look really young. You have a great young and fun type of energy. And that is his favorite trait about you. Next up, within integrity, I want you to understand, group number 3, that the reason why he has pulled back and why you're in a misunderstanding right now, or what feels like a misunderstanding, is because he wants to maintain his integrity. He does have a lot to lose when it comes to how people view him, and he doesn't want that to take place in connection to your relationship with him. If he introduces you and the relationship that he has with you to the world, he wants it to be on a foundation that is respectable, where people aren't going to question it. Next up, within the Ace of Water, which is the Ace of Cups in the traditional tarot, we have a sign of a new romance blossoming here when you reconnect with them. So the emotions are still strong. He feels passionately about you. I know here within the shapeshifter that there's been this kind of back and forth in and out of your life and uncertainty, but the Ace of Water is a symbol that he still feels very strongly about you, and he still wants to regain traction romantically and emotionally with you. Next up here within the Six of Water, he loves the necklace or bracelet that you wear every day, day in and day out. And he wants to give you something similar that you can wear all the time that will remind you of him. That's on his purchase list, that's on his gift list for you, because he loves the symbolism of giving you a necklace or a bracelet with a heart locket or pearls or something that has the letter of his name on it, that will allow you to think of him all the time, and that means that he will be on your mind more. So he definitely loves that he can sense you think about him. It gives him a feeling of power and of importance, group number 3, which he really, really likes. Next up within the Koala Spirit, know that your guides have a plan for this connection. Right now, you might feel like this isn't going anywhere, or you're confused as to why your relationship with this man is the way that it is, but there's a reason for it, and you're going to find out very, very soon. I want us to use our Astro Dice to get some more information about this, group number 3. So permit me to delve a little more deeply into this. We've got the number 10. The 10th house within your birth chart, within the house placements, is the house that connects to the zodiac sign of Capricorn. It represents your career, your public image, and the legacy that you leave. The reason why things are the way that they are is because, as already mentioned, he wants to make sure the legacy that he leaves and the public image between you two is clean, pristine, and if you were to have a family together, that your kids would never feel like things started on a weird, shaky type of ground. Next up, we also have Pisces energy here. We received Pisces because he's very, very sensitive to this. When he thinks of his future, he thinks that he might want to go into politics or just amp his career up to the point where it does matter how the public sees him. So it's important to him that he is with a partner in a relationship that is unquestioned, in a relationship that looks very tidy, very put together, very Wisteria Lane, Desperate Housewives, perfect on the outside, if you know what I mean, even though you have had your own fair share of situations that were unclear between the two of you. Next, we've got the Canary Spirit, which represents you singing your own song, doing your own thing. He actually likes that you're quite outspoken and you've always got your own thing going on. The Canary Spirit is a symbol for you, group 3, of basically being in your power. That's why we've got the crown on the canary. When you're outspoken, you're voicing your feelings and your opinion. And quite literally, if you're a musician and you like to sing, sing your own song, make your own song before you get into this committed relationship or marriage with this person, because once you are in that home life, it's going to be hard for you to follow your dreams the way that you can right now, being in this situationship, in this in-between stage. And I see here within the Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. This and that can be true. You can be a kind person and still have boundaries. You can be in love with someone and still know that this relationship needs to be worked on. You can feel deeply about someone but still know that you need a little bit of time before you can do life together, move in together, be together properly, propose, and present the relationship to the world. So in the dolphin spirit, this is a communication from your guides and your angels to let you know, group number 3, multiple things can be true at the same time. So don't make that the point of contingency that makes you feel discouraged. Okay, I see here with the Sandipper spirit, your angels are saying to you, have fun, be playful. Don't lose that playful spark because you're overthinking in a very serious manner what's going on between you and him. The Sandipper spirit reminds you to have fun, maintain your bubbly, playful, youthful energy, because that's what's so attractive about you and will make him want to be with you more quickly, to solidify the relationship, to make sure that you don't go anywhere, that no one else scoops you up, group number 3. The Sandipper spirit is a reminder that your playfulness is what draws people to you and makes you extremely attractive as a partner. I want us to add a literal word into your reading, education. All right, let's just make sure this is all zoomed in here. There we go. Education is the imparting and acquiring of knowledge through teaching and learning, especially at a school or a similar institution. The knowledge or abilities gained through being educated. Education is very, very important to him. It's something that he wants your future kids to have. Education is something that he is also always furthering. So either quite literally educating himself more through school or some sort of diploma or reading. And then we've got employ, to keep somebody occupied doing something, to make use of something, to pay someone regularly to do a job for you or to work as a member of your organization. So I see that he is educated to the degree that he can employ people. He is educated to the point where he can build an empire, a legacy, and a company. But I also do see here within education and employ that he has to find a little bit more courage. He has to find a little bit more drive to go from being employed to being the employer in the way that he wants to be. He's still in his development stage. He's still in his stage of building. And I want you to know within employ that now is a time for you to also focus on what you want when it comes to employment. Do you want your own business? Do you want a 9-to-5? Do you want to secure a type of job where even if you were to have a family, you can work remotely? Spirit is trying to say to you here in the Ace of Coins, it's time for you to make your own decisions based on what you want, regardless of this person. Because I do see that he might be holding you up from making a big, important decision for your life and for your career, even for creative hobbies that you would like to turn into like a side quest, a side career, or just an additional stream of income, passive income. The Ace of Coins is telling you, have fun, go for your things. Don't wait around for him. Don't wait around for anyone. As I see here in the Ace of Swords, you have a constant stream of amazing ideas. Group number 3, you're the most creative person that anyone in your friend circle has ever known. And because you always have so many great ideas, the only way they can actually come to life is when you take action, when you do them, when you don't focus so much on what someone else is doing, but you just do you, let them follow you. Let them see how you're continuing to push forward with life, and then let them come to you. Let them feel like they are missing out. Let them feel as though, oh my goodness, there's so much going on over there with her. I think I really need to pay closer attention. As I see here in the 7 of Cups, this actually means that your person has a lot of different options that are flying around, a lot of people who find him attractive, a lot of women who want him. And because of that, sometimes it can go to his head, but in the 7 of Cups, when you are the one that he can't get, all of a sudden, things become different and he will leave all the other options on the sidelines just to try to be with you. As I see here within the 8 of Pentacles, that literally what he wants is someone who will make him better. What he wants is someone who isn't going to let him get away with the bare minimum, someone who isn't going to just tell him, oh, it's okay just because he's handsome or he's successful. I see in the 8 of Pentacles, he's had people often enough that he could just buy, that he could just say anything to, and they believed him. He likes your intelligence and the fact that you don't want to settle for BS. So keep that. Keep the outspokenness and keep your uniqueness, group 3. We have a lot more messages to uncover about your you versus him situation and what's coming next. But just a second, group number 3. I'm just getting this message that you need to know something about a particular month before we move more deeply into it. Something here is happening in November with your guy, with your person. Something big, an initiation, a choosing of you, a new beginning. Something is coming towards us. We will uncover more right now, group number 3, as I clear and cleanse the space. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to do anything. Simply leave a unicorn emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know you're part of the unicorn army. You're here. You're receiving your reading. As I clear and cleanse the space, continue to relax. Make sure you're hydrated, and then we'll delve even more deeply into your psychic reading. Hello, group number 3. Welcome back to your reading. Let's delve even more deeply into your you versus him situation, shall we? To see what is going on here. We've got Hold the Light and Enchanted Forest. What this means is that you are like a light. You are the one that holds the light in an enchanted dark forest. To him, you're the type of person that brings light and positivity into every situation. He's only kind of dealt with negative Nancys and mean girls in the past with the Regina Georges, and you're like the Katie. I want you to know here within Hold the Light that you literally are the most sensitive, kind, nurturing person, and he feels like you remind him of his mom or his grandmother. And I do want you to know that this sense of familiarity is something that was very striking to him from the moment that he met you. The Enchanted Forest makes it very clear here that nervous system support is something that you need right now. Breathe deeply, ground yourself, group number 3. Right now, as you're receiving your reading, how are you breathing? Are you breathing at the top of your lungs? Are you breathing deeply into your belly? Become aware of this and support yourself by breathing deeply, because I do see that this situation is making you filled with anxiety, and it doesn't need to. You can take back control and allow for these messages to give you clarity. You bring so much light to him. You bring so much light to other people's lives. You bring so much light to this world, to your job. And holding this light, yeah, it can be exhausting, group number 3. I see you. I hear you. It's a lot being you. And people don't always understand. They don't always get it, because you're balancing a social life, a private life, your own health and well-being, while trying to show up in your career, grinding, being independent. It's not easy, and you're doing it so effortlessly, or at least it looks that way. So within Between Worlds, I do see that he can sense you're between worlds. You're between being this wildly independent person that doesn't need anyone, while at the same time you wish you had someone you could just rely on. You can just have a big sigh, a big exhale, and a shoulder to lean on, and someone that you know you can depend on. Within Between Worlds, I do definitely see here you're proud of yourself and your accomplishments, and you should be, and you know just how independent that you are and can continue to be, but at the same time, you would also like to be able to depend on someone in every way, emotionally, financially, physically, so you can sometimes also fully relax, because you provide relaxation for everyone around you, and you also want to be able to enjoy that and to relax every now and then. It's not about using another person or becoming a burden. It's that you want to enjoy the same relaxation that you offer to others. And in a relationship, I see here within Between Worlds, he also feels like you two come from completely different worlds and completely different sides of the spectrum. Within You Are a Gift, you are literally, because of that, the biggest gift to him, the biggest gift to your future romantic partner you're meant to be with forever. Now, whether that's him or not, we'll delve more deeply into this reading. But I want you to know you are a gift. You're a visionary. Step into your light. This is the message you were meant to receive, group number 3. And the reason for that is because sometimes you don't realize that you being so different, you coming from a different world, that is something that offers a huge escape to your person. Like you being a spiritual, beautiful, shining light and bright type of being to, for example, somebody that works in finance, somebody that works with numbers, somebody that works in a super masculine, male-dominated field. Being around an ethereal being and fairy like yourself, group number 3, it's like a vacation. It's like a feeling that you can't duplicate. You can't make it up. Like either you felt it or you've never felt it. Like being around you, it's like an otherworldly experience. And you are a gift in the sense of being this portal, being this opening into an experience and into a world that can only be accessed if you allow it. Treat yourself like the gift that you are. Realize that you are this gift, group number 3. Next up, we've got the 9th house. The 9th house, when it comes to your chart, your birth chart, is the house that rules Sagittarius, and it's the house of long distance travel, spirituality, and higher education. It is the house of philosophy. I do see here that literally having a very philosophical approach to life, even having studied philosophy, his dad having studied philosophy, the 9th house tells me here that spiritual growth is what's next in this connection. You both are deeply infatuated with one another, but how are you going to grow from here? What are you going to do with this? Mercury, which has showed up next, is the planet of the rational mind, your thinking process, and also things like traveling. I want you to know here within Mercury, you are meant to travel with this person to some distant cities and countries. And I also see here in Mercury that communication is key for spiritual growth with them. Thinking, learning, networking, these are all things that are very important in your connection with them, and they see you being really good at it. And we've got Pisces energy again. Pisces shows intimacy, intuition, compassion, so they feel a deep Pisces energy coming from you. And we all have energies of all 12 signs of the zodiac within us. Of course, if you are a Pisces in your sun, moon, or rising, then Pisces can be felt more strongly than if Pisces is in a different placement within your birth chart or not in a predominant placement at all. But at times, you might feel like, man, I'm an Aries, but my emotions feel so Pisces. Like I'm a fiery, driven Aries, but my emotions feel so watery and sensitive like Pisces, and it makes communication kind of really difficult because I don't want to hurt others, but I still have to speak up. Otherwise, I just hurt myself. So I do also see this conflicting feeling in him that if he speaks up and tells you how he truly feels and what he's going through, that you might see him as weak. You might see him in a way that he never wanted you to see him, right? Because he wants to come off as strong, like a protector, like a hero, like someone who never has a weak moment. And the 8 of Swords is a symbol that in order for this to work, he will just have to overcome his fears, because this is self-entrapment, group number 3, and it's not your problem, nor is it your fault, nor is it because of you. It's something he's dealing with. It's something he will have to learn to overcome. It's something that you can't influence greatly other than just remaining in your divine feminine receiving energy, which is the energy of not chasing him, but letting him come to you, letting him communicate with you. The 8 of Swords and Mercury, these are symbols of communicating. He is meant to come and communicate with you. You are not meant to be the one chasing him. And remember, the egg doesn't chase the swimmers, right? And within the Empress, I do also see here, you come off as being such a good mother. Like, to him, you are the type of person who would make the most amazing mom, the most beautiful mother inside and out, caring, loving, so divinely feminine and attractive. It's like the thought of you carrying his child is making him really turned on, is making him feel like, wow, this is what he wants. In the Empress, you have this abundant energy of multiplying. So giving a woman a house, she makes it a home. Giving her ingredients, she makes it a meal. Giving her a seed, she makes it a baby. I just want you to know here in the Empress, this is a symbol of abundance and beauty. divine feminine beauty. Regardless of who you or your person identify as, you guys know my channel is for everyone. We don't discriminate over here in the Unicorn Army. I do see this like nurturing, caring, divine feminine side that you have. That is the world to them. That is everything to them. There's a reason why we've received the World card next, which is the final card of the major arcana in the tarot, and it represents achievement, fulfillment. That would be a huge achievement to them. To have a stable, healthy family with you, for you to have kids together, for you to be pregnant, to be in your Empress energy, to be in your relaxed, soft girl, soft wife energy. And I do see here that that is to them the epitome of having made it. And I do want you to know that your person is someone who strives to provide security and certainty. And I do see that because it is a big dream of theirs, they've put a lot of pressure on this. Next up, within the Celestial Temple, this represents a dream incubation. This represents cosmic downloads, divine truths. I know this sounds very spiritual woo-woo, but just know what this means is during your dreams, you will receive information that is valid and true. You know how some of the biggest thinkers and even like tech entrepreneurs, they received their best ideas as they were asleep? I want you to know when it comes to your life and your love life, your connection with him, you will receive some information as you sleep. So keep a pen and paper next to your bed, group number 3, that is going to tell you exactly what is coming next with him. And within the mountain, yes, there might be obstacles ahead, but you're overcoming fear. This is about perseverance. This is about two people who want the same thing, who want the same type of life, learning to communicate it, learning to overcome fears, fears of being seen as less than, fears of being seen as weak, and actually building together rather than tearing what you have down. The mountain shows building, climbing, overcoming fears and obstacles, and persevering until you have literally reached the summit. And I want you to know within the mountain that this is a beautiful symbol that actually shows both of you are very reasonable people who understand how relationships work and what the important things are in order to make a relationship continue to thrive. Now, let's see what your job is right now in the meantime, as you're not supposed to be chasing them, group number 3. So I'm just using my newly self-published self-care oracle deck for busy souls, you guys. I am obsessed with this deck. I'm so grateful I was able to create another deck for you. Arts and Crafts, group number 3. If you are asking yourself, what self-care should I do today? I'm so busy, I can't even decide. Use this message, Arts and Crafts. Make something with your hands. Make something that you always loved to make as a kid already that reminds you of when you were younger, reminds you of your childhood in a positive way, and that takes you back to that place of creation without judgment. And a digital detox. Turn off your phone. I know, as a creator online, I know as someone who works online, it might seem like it is counterintuitive to tell you to go offline. But you know, I'll always tell you the truth and what's best for you, group number 3. And what's best for you is to switch off your phone, do a digital detox, because having the phone, it's distracting. You're constantly checking when he was last online, what he's doing, whether he's messaged you, if he's got you in a place where you put him in the archives, or you've blocked him, you're unblocking him, you're putting yourself through a lot of mental gymnastics that you really don't need. It's really costing you energy that you should be using for yourself and your dreams and your arts and crafts. So literally do a little digital detox. It's the healthiest thing you can do. You'll feel so much better for it, group number 3. And it's going to help you heal a lot and embrace your sensuality in the meantime, okay? Whatever that means for you, group number 3. Let's not say that I'm telling you to do anything raunchy, but, you know, wear something that makes you feel hot. Wear some hot at-home clothes, underwear, a matching outfit that makes you feel very attractive, that makes you feel like what you want to wear in front of them. That is also a great way, by the way, to attract someone who you feel romantically drawn towards. dress and behave as though they were there, and really feel into your sensuality, and give yourself massages, give yourself everything you would want a romantic partner to give to you, and also a facial. That is a great way for you to care for yourself, your skin, and get into the energy of this softness, of this feminine receiving, ready to be adored, to be taken care of, to be in your divine feminine energy, and stepping out of the hamster wheel of feeling overworked, overworking yourself, being in your masculine. You don't need that group number 3, and it's time that you put a stop to it. It's time that you rest in your relaxed, feminine, girly type energy, that you have fun with that. Next up, we've got the 4 of Rings, which tells you to be very practical with him. So if a time of meeting, when he reaches out, he wants to meet, he wants to see you again, he wants to patch things up, make it practical, make it good for you. Don't worry so much about him. Don't worry so much about what works for him. He likes when he has to jump through hoops to do things for you. When you make it too easy for him, when you give too much, it makes him feel uncomfortable. He likes when you are in your receiving and he is in his giving energy. He wants to be a provider. The Queen of Cups shows that you are meant to be protected in your bubble. That's your authentic self, and it's virtuous. The Queen of Cups is literally symbolic of you being in your Queen of Cups energy, of being nurturing, caring, feminine, feeling relaxed, and being able to have the things that you want without working yourself to the bone. It is possible to have a life of leisure while still having a great business, a great income, a great job, and an amazing partnership. I dare argue that it's actually a lot easier when you're in that feminine energy, when you've learned how to be a feminine leader who also knows how to receive. I dare say that that actually even makes things much, much easier. By the way, I will leave my free PDFs linked below in the description box with online business ideas, with horoscopes that can help you to shift into divine feminine receiving energy. So receive the free PDFs, enjoy those, group number 3, and use them to inspire you even further. And within the 10 of Swords, just know here, he is learning his lessons. He wants to only go upward from here. He wants how things were up until now between you and him to end. He wants a new beginning and a fresh start, and to be able to rebuild and better communicate his true feelings to you. Because he feels like his true feelings have been hidden. Like he wasn't actually able to share how he's felt about you. He wasn't actually able to share what's been going on in his mind. Let's see what else we've got. We have got earthquake, an event that causes an upheaval in society, politics, or somebody's life, a sudden shaking movement of the ground. There is an earthquake coming towards your connection, a sudden shaking, a sudden movement, a sudden shift and change. And we're going to figure out exactly what this is, group number 3, as I clear and cleanse the space one more time for us to delve even more deeply into your psychic reading. As usual, you don't have to do a thing, you don't have to lift a finger. Continue to enjoy this you time, group number 3, and I'll be right back to bring you even more channeled messages about your you versus him situation. Welcome back, my gorgeous soul of group number 3, as we delve even more deeply into your you versus him situation. So we've got the unicorn in master number 33, as well as flowers in master number 11. Let's see what this means. Within the unicorn, of course, you are part of the unicorn army. If you're right here watching this video, you're still on this video receiving the messages, and I want you to know success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. What the flowers represent is to be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. So literally your angels, your guides, the universe, group number 3, they're saying to you, you need to chill out, group number 3, because everything is going to go well for you in the end anyways. The person who needs to be more worried about what you're doing, what you're up to, and what's coming towards their life is him. Okay, you need to worry less, and he should be more worried about what you're up to, what you're doing, what's going on in your life. With master number 11, we've got the master number of someone who is a pioneer, who isn't afraid to do new things. And within master number 33, this is the master number of someone who is on an even higher plane than a teacher. You are meant to be a leader, a creator, and someone who basically is like the leader of a movement. I see here within the thorns and number 31, weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. There's a reason why your connection with him has gone through this period of just not really knowing what's going on, where you stand, and what to do next. And it's because in order to overcome these challenges, it will take a new sense of trust and a new sense of coming together from both of you. And when you're both able to do this, it actually makes an even better relationship than you ever could have had. You never had to overcome any sort of challenge with him. So this is actually a positive situation to be in. It's a positive time for you. I see within the Three of Coins, have fun with sisters, your mom, friends with whom you can go out and have like matcha with, coffee with, brunch with. Do really fun girly activities where like $10 go a really long way in what kind of experience it provides for you. And I do also want you to know here within the Three of Coins that a life of leisure is a life that you're meant to live. The Three of Coins is symbolic of you cutting the ties to any type of generational trauma or curses around needing to work really, really hard, and instead finding ways to, of course, work hard on your craft, but receive in abundance, group number 3. And the Two of Swords is a symbol of deciding that is your life, deciding that is your reality. Sometimes it really is as simple as just making a decision and sticking to it. I remember when I decided what I was gonna be okay with and what I wouldn't accept romantically. When I decided what type of business that I wanted and what type of abundance that I want to live with for a soft, feminine life with or without a romantic partner. You have to decide and then settle for nothing outside of that. And within the Nine of Coins, be so real with yourself, group number 3, about the fact that even if anyone else were to come into your life and offer you, riches, attention, all of these things, you still just want him. And that is really telling about how loyal that you are. That is also really telling about what you truly deserve, group number 3, because you truly deserve someone who feels the same way about you and shows it. You truly deserve someone who gives you the same type of energy, who gives you the same type of care of your emotions, who cares for your emotions in a way that shows that they're emotionally intelligent enough to reciprocate. And the Four of Swords is also a symbol here that while you are worried about him, there's a very well-educated older gentleman with gray hair attracted to you. Now, whether you want this gentleman or not, I just want you to understand here in the Four of Swords, they have this kind of teacher role. They're someone who is higher up professionally than you. You never really considered them because they're much older and you just thought, well, why would they be interested in me? But I see here in the Four of Swords, they definitely are, and they're the type of person with whom you can have a very stable life with right off the bat. But it's just a little side quest you might be interested in, maybe not, group number 3. It's a piece of information that Spirit wanted to say, because sometimes you get fed up with a romantic partner and you just choose someone who's easier to deal with, and that is completely fine and valid as well, because you are meant to be adored and chased. You are not meant to be the chaser, group number 3. Next up, we have got the Ace of Vibes. I want you to know that he is seriously considering going and doing plant medicine somewhere in South America. I do want you to know here within Microdose that whether this is something you agree with or not, your person is someone who is into biohacking, and they will go to great lengths to be in tune with their body. So things outside of just the gym and regular nutrition, like actually taking things to an extreme level. If you end up living with your person, you will have things like red light chambers, saunas in your house. I see here within the High Priestess, they want to forever be young. They want to forever be fit. They want to forever be handsome and good looking. And within the High Priestess, I do also see here that they are thinking that you want the same thing, that you want a life that is filled with more excitement and partying than you perhaps even expected. And they love concerts, they love festivals, and as time goes by, they will of course adapt to going from festivals that are a little bit more, I want to say, raunchy, to actually going to things like the opera, to enjoying things that are more classy, or getting a VIP experience of a world star singer or rapper or musician. And I do want you to know here that this is your future with this person when it comes to entertainment and going out. With the Eight of Vibes, in case you were wondering how they feel about you, group number 3, they are literally obsessed. They're literally obsessed, and it pains them, it kills them to not know how to move forward. It's almost like they're paralyzed, like they don't know what to do. How do they communicate it? How do they make it clear to you that they're literally obsessed? How do they show you that they care? They feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. Within the Eight of Vibes, I do want you to understand here, and literally obsessed, like your person, it's not about whether they like you or not. It's about them feeling ready. It's about them feeling confident. It's about them feeling like they can offer you the things that you deserve. It's also about them feeling like, all right, if I settle down, I'm settled, you know? And I do want you to also know here, within the 4 of Feels, binge watching is something that you can do with or without them. If right now you're overthinking so much about your person, group number 3, and you would like to distract yourself, this is your sign, okay? This is your permission from the universe. Binge watch your favorite series that you haven't watched in a long time, whether that's S in the City, whether that is Vampire Diaries, whether that is 2.5 Men, whether that is Nip Tuck. I don't know if any of you remember Nip Tuck. Whether that is something like Harry Potter. Have fun, okay? Binge watch a show that you haven't seen in a while, that makes you feel nostalgic, that makes you feel at home, and that you can just enjoy. You can enjoy relaxing and thinking about something else, because honestly, you've been doing too much overthinking about your person, group number 3, and that is something that can be felt. You know, when someone is thinking about you a lot, you can feel it. And giving him this weird sense of power over you, that's one thing that I want you to end now. Within dreams, look at your dreams. They hold all the answers you seek. We had this show up earlier within your reading. You'll get all the answers that you need within your dreams, but you actually have to relax and get to sleep and stop being in a state of insomnia in order to get this information, in order to get everything that you need to know from your dreams directly, and to open that doorway, okay, to open the doorway to a future with him. An opportunity is about to present itself that leads you to a new person. So a renewed him, a completely new revamped version of him, or this completely new person that you can be with. So by the way, with gray hairs, I didn't mean this person is old. I just mean, you know, they're mature. They've got a couple gray hairs. They're good looking. They take care of themselves. They're very well educated. They're very knowledgeable. Within the doorway, coming back to this, an opportunity is about to present itself that leads you to a completely new person. This is a new them, or a completely new person altogether. Let's see what additional message that Spirit has for us here. Okay, we've got the rabbit. There we go. The rabbit represents the meat from a rabbi, the fur from a rabbit used for making jackets or hats, beginner or an unskillful player of a game or sport. So within the rabbit, I want you to know your person is just not skilled at relationships. He doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to be led without being led. He needs to be led without feeling like you're taking on the divine masculine leadership role. And I want you to know here within the rabbit, if the symbol keeps showing up, it is your sign to just take control of the situation. Only then will I permit you, group number 3, to contact him, to reach out to him, and to be that person who is leading. Otherwise, let him come first and then turn it into you leading. Let's see if it's him or this completely new person that we're opening the doorway for. So we've got W as well as E. Oh, it's a we. You're opening up the doorway to it becoming a we situation. So it's no more you versus him. It's turning into we. You're turning into a unit. You're turning into working together, into being one. And that makes me so ecstatic and excited for you, group number 3. So we are at the end of your reading, group number 3, and I trust that you found this magical, insightful, and that it resonated. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section by leaving a unicorn emoji below to let me and others know you are part of group number 3 and you watched your reading all the way to the end. And wherever you are on our gorgeous planet, know that I'm sending you so much love. And I can't wait to connect with you inside the Psychic CEO portal or during one of our upcoming readings.